Hi friends, welcome to Armenia. The Republic of Armenia is a landlocked country in West Asia. It is a part of the Caucasus region and is bordered by Turkey to the west, Georgia to the north, and Azerbaijan to the east. Armenia is a unitary multi-party democratic nation state with an ancient cultural heritage. The Kingdom of Armenia reached its height under Tigranes the Great in the 1st century BC, and in the year 301 became the first state in the world to adopt Christianity as its official religion. The Armenian Apostolic Church is the world's oldest national church. By the 19th century, eastern Armenia had been conquered by the Russian Empire, while most of the western parts of the traditional Armenian homeland remained under Ottoman rule. The modern Republic of Armenia became independent in 1991 during the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Armenia is a developing country and ranks 85th in the Human Development Index. Its economy is primarily based on industrial output and mineral extraction. We are now driving from Yerevan Airport to the city. Yerevan is the capital and largest city of Armenia and one of the world's oldest continuously inhabited cities. Situated along the Hrazdan River, Yerevan is the administrative, cultural, and industrial center of the country. Saint Gregory Cathedral is the largest Armenian cathedral in the world. The city is home to several opera houses, theaters, museums, libraries, and other cultural institutions. The principal symbol of Yerevan is Mount Ararat, which is visible from any area in the capital. It has biblical significance as well. It was on Mount Ararat that Noah's Ark rested after the flood. Yerevan has an average height of 3,248 feet above the sea level. It is among the 50 highest cities in the world with over 1 million inhabitants. The Republic Square, the Yerevan Opera Theatre, and the Yerevan Cascade are among the main landmarks in the center of Yerevan. Yerevan is currently home to the largest Armenian church in the world, the Cathedral of Saint Gregory the Illuminator. It was consecrated in 2001 during the 1700th anniversary of the establishment of the Armenian Church and the adoption of Christianity as a national religion in Armenia in the early 4th century. Jazz, classical, folk, and traditional music are among several genres that are popular in the city of Yerevan. Republic Square is the city's core with the colonnaded government buildings which, unlike the stereotypical perception, are a feast to the eyes. The square is surrounded by 5 major buildings built in pink and yellow tufa in the neoclassical style. This architectural ensemble includes the Government House, the History Museum, and the National Gallery, Armenia Marriott Hotel, and the Ministries of Foreign Affairs and Transport and Communications. The square was originally designed by the Armenian architect Alexander Tamanian in 1924. The construction began in 1926 and most of the buildings were completed by the 1950s. The last building, the National Gallery, was completed in 1977. During the Soviet rule, this square was called Lenin Square, and a statue of Vladimir Lenin stood at the square. After Armenia's independence, Lenin's statue was removed and the square was renamed as Republic Square. It has been described as Yerevan's architectural highlight and the city's most outstanding architectural ensemble. We enjoyed the spectacular beauty of Republic Square, both during broad daylight and at glittering night. Now watch it for yourself.
building.
Historical Museum and Art Gallery. Here also we have fountains, but just because it is already called, we close that.
The cascade is a giant stairway made of limestone in Yerevan. The exterior of the cascade features multiple levels adorned with the fountains and modernist sculptures from the Cafes Gion collection. This is the statue of Aram Khachaturian, an Armenian composer and conductor, in front of the Opera House. Mother Armenia Memorial Site is actually a Second World War memorial site with the eternal flames paying tribute to the martyrs. Mother Armenia is a female personification of Armenia. Her monumental statue in the Victory Park is overlooking the capital city of Yerevan. The current statue replaces the statue of General Secretary Joseph Stalin that was created as a victory memorial for World War II. In spring 1962, the statue of Stalin was removed and replaced by the Mother Armenia statue designed by Ara Haryuturian. Mother Armenia has a height of 72 feet, and including the pedestal, the overall height of the monument is 167 feet. The statue is built of hammered copper, while the pedestal museum is of basalt. The Mother Armenia statue symbolizes peace through strength. Mother Armenia is one of the most unique statues of Yerevan that is a symbol of victory of the World War II. Mother Armenia, with a huge sword at ready, apparently is ready to lash out and attack in case of danger. The breathtaking and panoramic view around it makes it so much more appealing to the visitors. It also recalls the important status and value attributed to the older female members of an Armenian family. Its location on a hill overlooking Yerevan makes it look like a guardian of the Armenian capital. Every year on 9th May, thousands of Armenians visit the statue of Mother Armenia and lay flowers to commemorate the Armenian martyrs of the Second World War.
Two statues here. In the right side, we can see the statue of Alexander Spendarian. Yeah, Alexander Spendarian was again one of Armenian compositors, and the opera house is named by him. So this is opera house and ballet theater named after Alexander Spendarian. Why? Because the first play which we did here in this building, it was written
Hi, friends. Let me now brief you on the ancient Kor Virap Monastery, which is a major pilgrimage site located on a hillock in Pokrvedi village in the Ararat plain in Armenia, just about 330 feet away from the closed Turkish Armenian border. Also, Khorvirap is about 30 kilometers from Yerevan, the capital and the largest city of Armenia. The monastery consists of Saint Georg Chapel and Holy Mother of God Chapel, a large courtyard, and fortified walls. Until Saint Georg Chapel was built here, Kor Virap was used as a royal prison. The place of imprisonment came to be known as Kor Virap, meaning the bottommost pit. Gregory the Illuminator, circa 239 to circa 330 CE, who later became Saint Gregory, was initially imprisoned here for about 13 years by King Tiridates III. Gregory was born in Roman Cappadocia and belonged to a noble family. Raised as a Christian and educated in Greek, Gregory rejected paganism in Armenia, refusing to participate in rituals and ceremonial court functions that offended his Christian sensibilities. The 20 feet deep and 14 feet wide pit where Gregory was imprisoned is situated underneath Saint Georg Chapel, which is a small basilica with a semicircular apse. The story is quite intriguing and it goes thus. When King Tiridates III ruled over Armenia, Gregory was his assistant who secretly preached the Christian religion. However, Tiridates was a follower of pagan religion. On one occasion, when Gregory refused to offer sacrifice to the goddess Anahita, it provoked the wrath of Tiridates, and he came to know that Gregory practiced Christianity. Further, when Tiridates learned that Gregory's father, Anak the Parthian, was responsible for the murder of his father, the king ordered that Gregory's hands and legs be tied and that he be thrown into the Kor Virap to die in the dark dungeon. However, Gregory did not die during his 13 years of imprisonment. His survival was attributed to a Christian widow from the local town who, under the influence of strange dream vision, regularly fed Gregory by dropping a loaf of freshly baked bread into the pit. Meanwhile, King waged many wars and he became insane. Tiridates' sister had a vision in the night where the angel told her about the prisoner Gregory and that he would cure the insanity of the king. Thus, Gregory was brought out from the dungeon and he cured the king and brought him back to his senses. Following the miraculous cure effected by Gregory's divine intervention, King Tiridates embraced Christianity as his religion and proclaimed Christianity as the state religion of Armenia in 301 AD. Gregory became the bishop and remained in the service of the king until about 314 AD. Armenia thus became the first country in the world to be declared a Christian nation. Gregory is widely credited with converting Tiridates to Christianity and officially establishing the Armenian Apostolic Church and spreading the Christian religion throughout Armenia and the Caucasus. Saint Gregory the Illuminator is thus the patron saint of Armenia.
Heart, in our heart, and heart is in the left side. That's why from right they are coming to the heart, yeah, to souls. At the same time, when we are when we are crossing, we are doing our finger like this. So this is third Trinity, Saint Trinity, God, Jesus, and Saint Soul. And when we are doing these two fingers like this, this is meaning that Jesus for us, half of Him human, half of Him God. And we are doing like this cross. So this is the meaning.
Garni was a city, one of the old settlements in Armenia, within the inaccessible fortified royal castle, strategically located. The fortress of Garni is situated 28 kilometers from Yerevan. Inside the fortified walls, we can see the remnants of the old royal palace and the temple of Garni dedicated to the sun god Mihir. It is believed that the temple of Garni was built by King Tiridates I in the 1st century AD. The temple is supported with the 24 columns which symbolize the hours of the day. There are 9 rows of stairs in height of 0.3 meters at the entrance which add grandeur to the temple. Unfortunately, the entire colonnade of the temple collapsed in a devastating earthquake of June 4, 1679. Reconstructed in 1975 using the scattered remains of the old collapsed temple available at the site. Temple of Garni is one of the main tourist attractions in Armenia. Since 1990, the Temple of Garni has been used by the small number of followers of Armenian neo-paganism.
We know that in Rome it is very accepted to have bathroom, and Roman people like it very much. But in Armenia also people like it so much. This one which we saw, this is a royal bathroom. So just people cannot enter here. Just the members of the king family can stay here and use this bathroom. And if you remember, I said that the sister of king stayed here and she used this bathroom. The entrance of bathroom is starting from this side. In the floor you will see mosaic. So this is very expensive and very important mosaic, not only in Armenia, for the world also. This is world culture we are calling. And these stones which you can see, this was brought from the river. And there are about 15 types of stones here. The place which you come, if you come here, you will see. So that place for taking shower by milk. Yeah, milk. Why? Because milk is keeping skin very smooth and clean.
ಅಭಿಷೇಕ ಗೋಮಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಹಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ
Look, by the scientists, it is proved already that when we are taking shower, it is better to start from the cold water, go to hot, and come back to cold. So we know about that in 1st century also. Why? So look, here you can see some columns, yep, and on that is coming the floor. So here, near the columns, it is the place for air. And from here go up, it is already water place. So here, this hole is for cold water, this is middle water, and that one is hot water. Why we get, how we get that water hot? Because in that place we make fire. So that's why that one is near fire, so that's why it is hot, middle, and cold. And that fire, that hot.
Geghard is a medieval monastery partially carved out of the adjacent mountain, surrounded by towering cliffs. It is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. While the main chapel was built in 1215, the monastery complex was founded in the 4th century by Saint Gregory the Illuminator at the site of a sacred spring inside a cave. The monastery had thus been originally named Airivank, meaning the monastery of the cave. Nothing has remained of the structures of Airivank. Airivank suffered greatly in 923 from Nasser, a wise regent of an Arabian caliph in Armenia, who plundered its valuable property, including unique manuscripts, and burned down the magnificent structures of the monastery. Earthquakes also did no small damage. The name commonly used for the monastery today, Geghard, or more fully, Geghardvank, meaning the monastery of the spear, originates from the spear which had wounded Jesus Christ at the crucifixion, allegedly brought to Armenia by Apostle Jude, called here 3rd DS and stored amongst many other relics. This was first recorded in a document of 1250. For 500 years, this spear was on display at the monastery. Now it is displayed at the Ekmiadzin treasury, the museum which keeps the relics of the Armenian church. Though biblical scholars expressed their doubts, the Armenian monks believe that this spear is authentic. The rock faces over the whole area bear elaborately ornate crosses carved in relief. There are many richly ornamented crosses cut on rock surfaces and on the walls of the structure are put up on the grounds of Geghard in memory of a deceased or in commemoration of someone's donation to the monastery. This is the Genocide Memorial of Armenia. Genocide is the systematic killing of people on the basis of ethnicity, religion, political opinion, social status, etc. This tragic national history is a painful scar for Armenia and the Armenian people worldwide. Armenians call it the Great Catastrophe. Let me elaborate a bit. In 1915, the Ottoman Empire systematically carried out the Armenian genocide. On 24th April 1915, Ottoman authorities rounded up, arrested, and deported 235 to 270 Armenian intellectuals and community leaders from Constantinople to the region of Ankara, where the majority of them were murdered. The genocide was carried out during and after the World War I and implemented in two phases: the wholesale killing of the able-bodied male population through massacre and subjection of army conscripts to forced labor, followed by the deportation of women, children, the elderly, and the infirm on death marches leading to the Syrian desert. Driven forward by military escorts, the deportees were deprived of food and water and subjected to periodic robbery, rape, and massacre. The exact number of deaths is most often considered 1.5 million. These events are traditionally commemorated yearly on 24th April, the Armenian Christian Martyr Day. In 2015, the Armenian Apostolic Church, one of the world's oldest Christian communities, made saints of all the victims of the genocide of Armenians. This is unprecedented in any denomination of the church, and the only such incidence which bears evidence for the highest national or spiritual respect ever paid to the martyrs anywhere in the world. The Armenian genocide is codified by the United Nations as one of the worst of crimes. The Armenian Genocide Memorial Complex is Armenia's official memorial dedicated to the victims of the Armenian genocide. Built in 1967 on a hill in Yerevan. Every year on 24th April, the Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day, thousands of Armenians gather at the memorial to commemorate the victims of the genocide. The construction of the monument began in 1966 and was completed in November 1967. The 44-meter stele symbolizes the national rebirth of Armenians. 12 slabs are positioned in a circle. In the center of the circle, at a depth of 1.5 meters, there is an eternal flame dedicated to the 1.5 million people killed during the Armenian genocide. The steps leading down to the eternal flame are steep, thus requiring visitors to bow their heads reverentially as they descend. It is customary for the visiting foreign dignitaries to pay their tribute at the genocide memorial. I saw a sapling planted on April 25, 2017 by Honorable Hamid Ansari, our then Vice President, and felt grateful that India saluted those Armenian martyrs.
Because I see something.
Yeah, you can get Azar is saying that this is Azerbaijani instrument, but this is Armenian instrument, and we are making this instrument from apricot tree. And apricot tree we have only in Azerbaijan, they don't have apricot. So how can it be Azerbaijani instrument? Just because they are saying that this is Azerbaijani instrument, they will not accept that you.
Sevanavang Monastery is located atop a hill. The monastery can be accessed by means of some steep stairs. This 9th century monastery is actually a two-church complex and is one of the most visited sites in all of Armenia. According to an inscription in one of the churches, the monastery of Sevanavang was founded in circa 874 by Princess Mariam of the Bagratumi dynasty. The two churches of the Sevanavang monastery complex are chapels of the Holy Apostles, and Chapel of the Holy Mother of God. One can get a fantastic view of the Sevan Lake, which is the largest lake in Armenia, from the top of this hill. Sevan Lake is a large, high-altitude freshwater lake in eastern Armenia that makes up 1/6 of Armenia's territory, and it is known for its beaches. It occupies an area of 1,242 square kilometers. Lake Sevan is considered the jewel of Armenia and is recognized as a national treasure. The name Sevan means life-giving sweet water. Lake Sevan was formed some 25 to 30,000 years ago. Lake Sevan has the only beaches in the otherwise landlocked Armenia. They are a popular destination for the Armenians and the tourists as well. The lake is also a breeding ground for many migratory birds. Dilijan is a town in northern Armenia. It is known for spa resorts and traditional craft workshops. The town is surrounded by the forests of Dilijan National Park. Best known for its forested hills and peaks, Dilijan is a hiker's paradise, especially in the colorful autumn months. Sometimes it is called the Switzerland of Armenia. Dilijan National Park occupies an area of 24,000 hectares.